how dry I am. Yes, you may have guessed it. I was just watching The Twilight Zone, and the friendly neighborhood mail lady has shown up, hooked a brother up. I got a package in the mailbox, and this one is exciting because I've been waiting on it for a while. September 15th of 2022, I placed an order for a bunch of stuff. Among them was Suntup Edition's Artist Edition of the Stepford Wives. And it's been a while. There's been a lot of problems with the production on that particular set of books, the numbered and the artist. I've got both ordered. The artist edition is here, and I'm excited about it. Now, when the rumors, Suntup Editions, one of my very favorite publishers, Walking God's Green Earth, every quarter they'll put out hints, hinting to the upcoming books. They don't tell you what they are. They just give you hints. And when the hints came out, and all of the geniuses, the internet sleuths, determined that it was going to be the Stepford Wives, I pretty much said, I don't want that book. I decided I wasn't going to get that book. I know the story. It doesn't sound interesting to me. The Stepford Wives have become a cliche even. The supplicant, compliant wife. And so I know the story. The Stepford Wives, they move to this neighborhood. They make robots that take over. They kill off the wives. The husbands get robots that are perfect wives. And happily ever after. But anyway, I know the story. Wasn't interested. But I was at a bookstore in Tampa, Mojo Books and Records. And right up front, they had these books, and a hardcover first edition copy of Stepford Wives was sitting there, just as nice as you ever saw, right up front. I saw it right away. I kind of had that on my brain, and it was cheap, so I bought it. And I wasn't even going to read it. I don't know. It was just impulse buy. Suntup had it on my brain. I went out, made the purchase. I got home. I finished the book I was reading, and I was sitting on the front porch, and I said, I'm not finished reading. I'm going to go in there and grab the Stepford Wives. I'm going to read a few pages. I'm going to decide this book's not for me, and move on to something that I am going to be interested in. The problem is I didn't stop there. Just kept on going. Right from the get-go, I dug the book. Ira Levin worked some magic. One heck of an author. And it shows to Goya that sometimes books are more than just stories. The writing, the characters, that's what got me. The way the story is being told, not the story itself. And the characters, I cared about them. I wanted to see how this was going to go, even though I knew the way it would go. I wanted to see it played out. And I found myself, even knowing how the story goes, kind of rooting, kind of hoping. But I read the book. It's a short one. I read the book. Blam, I loved it. 5-star book in my opinion. So I went and mashed them buttons when the chime come in, when they put it up for sale, bought the numbered edition, bought the artist edition, and here it is. Let's stop doing what we're doing, and let's get to the opening. Get to. That's it. There you go. But anyway, the Suntup Editions, as always, one of my very favorite publishers, and these artist editions, to me, are among the greatest, the best values out there in the book world. I mean, you get quality-wise, production-wise, you get more in this Suntup Editions Artist Edition than you will in the best numbered editions that are out there from people like Subterranean Press or others. You'll get more, and you'll pay less. And this is a perfect example of that. And we'll talk about some of the features that you get here for considerably less than you might pay for those $200 books from the other publishers. But anyway, the form-fitted foam helps to make sure that when my book shows up in the mailbox, it is in tippity-top shape. And these things have taken a beat and taken some abuse in the past for me from the courier services, whichever one is choiced. But like all Suntup editions, you get this custom book-specific bookmark featuring artwork from the book itself. And this one says, Ira Levin, The Stepford Wives, introduction by Peter Straub, illustrated by Lori Lee Braun. And I've seen all the pictures online, I think, and I really dig it. Cool artwork, and I think it really adds to the story because it helps to paint the picture. A lot of folks have a picture painted in their brain from one movie or the other. But I think this artwork kind of shows you a little bit of a different side in terms of the dress, the fashion, the style, the colors, and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this, the Suntup Artist Editions. They come typically in this tight-fitting shrink wrap. And I got to get the book out of the plastic. I don't leave books in the plastic. You do what you do. But I take the book out of the plastic. And this right here creates a stressful situation for a lot of folks. Because I've got this blade. This blade was made in Illinois. And I bought it in Alaska. Go figure. And anyway, I take this blade and I get it within millimeters. Practically almost kissing my $155 book. My priceless collectible. My precious. And that stresses a lot of people out. But I've got the secret. It never fails. And the secret is you cut the plastic, not the book. There you go. Just a little bit of insight. These are the things I do. I pass along the knowledge to you, free of charge. Get paid nothing, need nothing. But anyway, there you go. And let's take a look at our slipcase. One of the things that makes the Suntup Artist Edition the true value in the book publishing world. One of the things that separates them from the other publishers that sell books for $150, $200 is the slipcase. And you get quality, nice slipcases. This here's a cloth covered slipcase. You can see on the spine, foil stamped. Looks so good. I dig the pink. But one of the great things that makes Suntup customers happy is a lot of these Suntup customers put their books on the shelves the wrong way, with the spine of the slipcase pointing outward. And what makes it so nice is now it looks good. You can see what it is. It looks like a book instead of just some blank slipcase. They do that to help protect the book, keep dust and sun and stuff like that off of the spine or off of the dust jacket, which is cool, makes sense to me. I just like to see the book, so I put it on the right way. And no right, no wrong, just being silly. Anyway, whatever you do is whatever you do. But these slipcases are a big part of the value. Lots and lots of books cost more than these and don't come with slipcases. And this is more than just a slipcase. See how thick that is? That's quality. That's performance. No, that's good stuff. But here we go. Let's take a look at the book itself. And that's the artwork that we talked about from Lori Lee Brom. And there's the spine and the artwork on the back. And I want to take this dust jacket off and show you what she looks like from all angles. Stretch it out so you can see the art front and back. And it looks so cool. It looks great. I'm excited to have this one. Not only, hey Wilson, not only did I really like the book, but I really like what Suntup Editions has done. And this artwork is different than what you kind of expect from a Suntup book. But it's cool. I dig it. It shows heart. It shows person. It shows personality. It helps you to fit into that time and perhaps see a little bit more of what these folks look like. But look in the eyes, look in the face. You can see human. You can see soul for a little while. All right. Let's jump right into the book itself. So we have a quarter cloth bound with paper covered boards. And there is that hot foil stamping on the front, Stepford Wives, as well as on the spine. And it looks so nice. There's the Smithsonian binding, if you can see that there. But when we talk about value, another thing I want to show you with this book, it is printed letterpress on Mohawk, superfine paper, printed with a Heidelberg cylinder press. And so that's just, there are people out there that pretty much just collect letterpress books. And now you're going to get a letterpress limited edition book from a fine book, from a fine press publisher. And this is their economy line. This is their cheapest line. This is they don't make anything less fancy than this in their artist edition. So a letterpress artist edition, $155 with a very nice slipcase, 6 interior full color illustrations, 2 color printed on the title, intro, and chapter pages. I just read that. I had to look on the notes and remember all them things. Anyway, it's great. Such excellent stuff for the dough. I feel like a salesperson, but that's because I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and I'm a boy, so I'm a boy that's a fan or something. I'm a fan. I like this stuff. I buy their books. I dig them, man. It's one of my very favorite publishers, so forgive me. Anyway, let's take a look here. I'll show you some of the neat looking features. I told you the introduction is written by Peter Straub, and there's the beginning of the introduction page there. But I want to show you some of this artwork, and then I want to let you feel this Heidelberg cylinder press, letterpress printing, and just some additional neat stuff there. But feel it. I can feel it. I don't gotta look. I can feel it. It's so nice. So nice. And I dig the letterpress printing. I don't necessarily, I collect all sorts of things, and I'm fine with stuff that's not letterpress printed as well. But I like it. It adds a little bit of extra texture. It adds a little bit of extra something special to a book. It's nice to know that there are extra features, that extra care is put into the production of a book, and such as that. So flipping through here, showing you some of the interior illustrations. Just a great stuff. I'm really excited that I got the book in hand, and it's been a long wait, but Suntup Editions works very hard to get the stuff out. And it is rather uncommon for them to have such difficult delays in production of a book, but such things happen from time to time. And from what I understand is that the numbered edition for this book is now being printed in-house. That Suntup Editions is doing the they're printing the books. They're making them themselves. They bought a printing company or something like that, a bindery. They bought a bindery. That's what they're doing. They're binding their own books in-house. One of these days I'll get it straight. I'll get the facts. I'll be accurate. But, you know, I do my best. Or I do sometimes. But, man, it just looks good. I'm glad to have it in the stock, in the house, and in the collection. The Stepford Wives is a book that I will recommend. There's a lot of books that I really love, but I'm not going to necessarily go out there and say, hey, you got to read it, because our tastes are so different. And there is the colophon page. This edition of the Stepford Wives by Ira Levin is limited to 1,000 copies and is signed by Lori Lee Brom, artist. The text pages are set in digital monotype Bell design and typography by Mark Argetsinger. I guess that's how you might say that name. Mark, if I mispronounced it, I'm sorry. But there's our end pages. But this is a book that I would vouch for, because I jumped in not even wanting to read the book, not even wanting to own the book. I jumped in, going to give it a couple pages just to say I did. Just so I could say, hey, I started the book, it sucked, and I quit the book. But I was wrong. It was a phenomenal book, a great book. So I would vouch for it, man. I vouch. You want to read this book? I strongly recommend it. You don't want to read this book? I still strongly recommend it. I dug it. It was short, quick read, but very, very good. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell. So thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Do-do. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-dum. Ba-dum. How dry I am. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum. Bing.